Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to Sasha Reads. Now today's video I'm going to be talking about some of the top fantasy romance books that I have on my TBR. I've been getting into them lately, not really lately, just I'm a Sarah J Maas stan, so that's kind of fantasy, that is fantasy romance right there. And it's like becoming more and more prevalent in my reading that I'm like, that's something I want to read. I want to get back into the fantasy genre, but I also, I need my romance, I need my love, I need my smart. So here are just some books that are on top of my TBR. I own most of them. I think only one of them is on Kindle. Two of them are on Kindle Unlimited. So first of all, I'll start off with the big one, which I'm planning on reading this month in April for the Magical Readathon, and that will be A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. This focuses on Nesta and Cassian from the original trilogy, and basically how Nesta is trying to work her way around becoming a fae, which I guess you could say is a spoiler for book 2, but it's been out for a while, so I don't really count as a spoiler anymore. The next book is on my Kindle Unlimited, and that is Hellfire by Marielle Pomeroy. Now this just came out on Tuesday, or last Tuesday I believe, and this is about this girl called Ahea, who after the death of her mother finds she can't hide in her realm anymore. She escapes to the realm of Alhira, and the only way that she can like stay in Alhira is to exchange her soul for 7 days in the devil's realm. And Arioch is the ruler of that realm. He's the ruler of the Nephilim, and he's eager to dangle his new little pet in front of the Mithra, who have caused irreparable damage in his life, but he doesn't expect the effect Ahea's soul has on both of them once it's stamped on his arm. I have been seeing lots and lots of good reviews about this book, and the author I follow on Instagram, her username is Book Daddy, and it just, the things she's posted, I'm just like, I need this. I cannot wait to read this. So that is definitely, and look how beautiful this cover is. It is gorgeous. It just is, like, it's beautiful. The next book is Radiance by Grace Draven. If you know anything about fantasy romance, you would know that this is on a lot of people's like beginner list to like dip your toes into fantasy romance. So this is about Brishan and Eldiho. It's about this human girl and a non-human male who's the Prince of Kai. Anyway, it's an arranged marriage, and they call each other ugly, but apparently it's very sexy. Don't really know much else about it. All I know is that, yeah, it's an arranged marriage between these two realms. Two people brought together by the trappings of duty and politics will discover they are destined for each other, even as the powers of a hostile kingdom scheme to tear them apart. So yes, super keen to start this one very soon. As I said, all these books are on top of my TBR, so I do have other fantasy romance books on my shelves or on my Kindle Unlimited, but these are just ones that I just need to get to sooner rather than later. The next book I want to talk about is The Deal with an Elf King by Elise Kovar. This is one I have in my Kindle Unlimited as well, and I don't really know much about it. Luella is the town's only healer, and then we've got the Elf King comes to marry her basically. So 3,000 years ago, humans were hunted by powerful races with wild magic until a treaty was formed. Now, for centuries, the elves have taken a young woman from Luella's village to be their human queen. Luella's not someone who's supposed to be going to get married to with the Elf King, but that's just what happens, and I guess... Okay, so it's inspired by Hades Persephone's as well as Beauty and the Beast, with a happily ever after ending. So yes, that is one I'm really looking forward to, plus also another gorgeous cover. The next book on top of my TBR is Rapsodic by Laura Thesala. This is the first book in the Bargainer series. So many people talk about, so many people compare the main character, like the love interest, or is he the main character? So I don't even know. Basically compare him to Rhysand, which is all I need to know. Anyway, so we've got Calypso is a siren with a very big problem. Uh-oh. She's been collecting bracelets of black beads up her wrist, magical IOUs for favors she received. Only death or repayment will fulfill the obligations. Only then will the beads disappear. Everyone knows that if you need a favour, you go to the bargainer to make it happen. He's a man who can get you anything you want at a price. And everyone knows that sooner or later, he always collects. But for one of his clients, he's never asked for a repayment. Not until now. When Callie finds the fake King of the Night in her room, a grin on his lips, a twinkle in his eye, she knows things are about to change. At first, it's just a chaste kiss, a single bead's worth, and a promise for more. Ooh, that does sound really good. Hopefully I'll pick this up in the near future. This next book I own on my phone as an ebook, and that is Tuna Swarm by KJ Sutton. Becca from Becca in the Books was raving about this book years ago on Twitter, and I just had to pick it up because she said if you enjoyed the Court of Nightmares scene in A Court of Mist and Fury, this is basically like this whole book is that one scene. And I just needed it. So we've got Fortuna. Her brother has disappeared and she's got no family or species to speak of. She hides among the humans, spending her days working in a bar and her nights searching for him. The bleak pattern goes on and on until she catches the eye of a powerful fairy. In exchange for her, he offers something irresistible. So Fortuna reluctantly leaves her safe existence behind to step back into a world of creatures and power. I'm not quite sure if this one is very sexy or not. I hope it is, because the cover is just gorgeous and I've hyped myself out so much for this book, so if it's not sexy I might cry a bit. Next book I have is The Awakening, or the first book in the Zodiac Academy series by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. Oh, we've got another dragon shift. Oh, yes. Oh. Okay, sorry. That was a bit overkill. She's the daughter of the Savage King, and she has to claim her birthright to prove that she's the most powerful supernatural in the whole of Solaria. Okay, so to claim her birthright, she has to do that, but other people can also claim her throne if they could. So she now has to go against the dragon shifter. That sounds pretty good. To be honest, Amber from This Book Reads on Instagram was always raving about it, so I just bought it without really like knowing anything about it. The last book I have on this list is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I believe this is about two people who, I think it's an arranged marriage, but the girl is planning on killing the guy. I've heard mixed reviews about The Bridge Kingdom, so I don't really know what to expect, but hopefully I will enjoy it. But that is the top books on my fantasy romance TBR. Let me know down below what book you think I should read first, or if there are any other recommendations you have that I need to put on my list and to the top. Please do not recommend From Blood and Ash. I did not like it, and I just don't want to talk about it. Okay, thanks. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.